Today's video is just gonna be a chill, chatty get ready with me. I just wanna do my makeup and get ready and kind of just talk about life and what's going on, kind of some more personal stuff, I guess. I'm not really gonna be talking about the products that I'm using, but I will link them down below for you as always in case you're like, oh, what is that? But I just wanted to like sit and talk today because I don't really tell you guys a lot about my personal life and like what's going on. And ever since I did my like breakup video like 5 months ago, I was like, oh, maybe I should do a little updated video. Why not? For those of you who care about my personal life, I guess. It is crazy to think that my breakup was 5 months ago now because it seems so far away yet so close at the same time. Like it's still, I don't know, doesn't feel like it's recent, but I still remember everything, you know? I'm doing pretty good emotionally wise. Like there's not really a lot of sadness in the day-to-day life like there used to be. But I guess I could say there's still kind of like a heaviness that just weighs there, and I guess that's just kind of part of a breakup, right? When your life has like completely changed and like I'm just in this new, I don't know, era of growing, I guess. I'd say my biggest struggle right now is just dealing with loneliness. And I've always kind of been like a solo, independent kind of person and just someone that doesn't have a lot of friends. So now that, you know, my ex doesn't live with me anymore, I live alone. I also live in the country, so I'm not close to like a lot of people my age or even activities that go on. But I am very, very blessed to live where I do because I rent for my parents, so my rent is very inexpensive compared to like if I were to get an apartment, you know, out in the city or something. And it's absolutely beautiful out here and I have the space, but the downside is just the lack of people like me. And also just being a self-employed person for the last 5 years or so, like I don't have coworkers, I don't have people to socialize with or talk to. Like if I want to go hang out with people and do things, like I really have to put myself out there, which is really hard for me because I'm also a very introverted person. So really my goals right now are to just like find more friends and do more activities. I've also just been saying yes to any kind of opportunity that comes my way, or if I find myself just like continuously thinking about something, like let me look into that a little bit because clearly it's on my mind for a reason. So it's like the only time I really get out and go do things is going to the gym, and going to the gym is my absolute favorite part of the day. And like this is a part of my life that I don't know, feels very like under control right now, and I'm very happy with it. I genuinely love weightlifting in the gym so much, but like weightlifting is a solo sport. It's not something you like go do with other people really. I did try to challenge myself the other week because I was feeling a little bit bored in my current gym. Now, I love the current gym I go to. Like it's a commercial gym, but it's nice and clean. It has a lot of space, but my issue is just the people, especially because the time that I go at like 8 in the morning and it is all old people. It is 90% people over the age of 60 years old, I swear. And so there's really not a lot of people my age to like make friends. However, there are a few handful of people that I'm like trying to talk to a little bit more, but oh my gosh, it's so nerve-wracking just like try to strike up a conversation with a stranger that you see every day. Anyways, I wanted to check out a different gym that had more of like a gym community and people that would be kind of more serious about weightlifting like I am. And so I did join a bodybuilding gym in my area and I tried it out for a week, but I don't think I like it. And the reason is because of the space. Like the gym just feels so crowded and almost like kind of dirty. Like it's not a commercial gym. It is like one of those like private owned gyms, like kind of in a garage, dirty vibes. There's graffiti on the wall. There's a big Hulk on the wall. I was there one day and like there wasn't a lot of people around and I was kind of like checking things out, looking at the machines, and it just felt like a very tight space. Like when I'm at the gym, I like to move around, walk in my little circles when I'm waiting in between sets, or like, you know, do a little lap around the gym, and there's just not room to do that at this bodybuilding gym. And also their dumbbell setup kind of sucked. They only had like 4 benches in the dumbbell section, which is wild. So it's like the space itself I wasn't really vibing with, but the people, there were some attractive people there. Oh my gosh, guys and girls. There are a lot of like competitors there, like powerlifting people, people who do, you know, bodybuilding shows, bikini, all that good stuff. And so while I think I could make some friends there, I just really didn't like the space itself and like couldn't really get a good workout. Even if I'm just trying to like focus on myself and what I'm doing, I just wasn't really having a good time. So like one day I was just having a terrible workout there. I even left early because I was just like kind of pissed and in a grumpy mood. And then the next day I went back to my usual gym and I had like 2 people compliment compliment me. I had a nice time at my gym, had a great workout. I don't know, it's like I'm in this weird spot where like I want to switch things up, but I'm also very content with how things are at the same time, like fitness wise. So clearly fitness is like a huge part of my life, and it's not something I really talk about online a lot. I'll post like, you know, my gym selfies on Instagram stories. I do a little bit more on TikTok, like I'll film some workouts and stuff, but like I really don't post about that here on YouTube because like this is my makeup page, you know? But just like fitness and being healthy and just having a good relationship with the gym and food like is a really big part of my life and something that I love. And you guys might not know this, but I've lost a total of 36 pounds since January of 2024, and I've really gone back and forth on whether or not I want to make a video about that. Just kind of like sharing my tips and tricks and what I actually did to lose the weight and keep it off. And what I think is really cool and what I'm proud of is that I didn't do it by like any crazy diets, any crazy workouts, you know, doing crazy cardio stuff. Like that's just not my vibe. That's not me. I didn't do any kind of like weight loss drug. Like it really was like at its core is just sustainable, healthy habits. That's it. And so my question is, would you want to see that video? My idea is just to do like, I'd just be like sitting and talking to you guys. I wouldn't even be doing makeup because I'd have to really focus on what I'm saying. But I'm just curious if that's something that would interest you guys because it really is a big part of my life and something I'm very passionate about. And, you know, I would like to share the things that I'm passionate about, but it's also tricky because I'm not an expert at all. I'm really just a regular girl who likes to go to the gym. But I think that's kind of like the benefit too. That I'm not an expert. I'm just a regular person who did this. It's been something I've been thinking about for a while now, so let me know your thoughts on that. I've also even considered like starting a whole new Instagram to post more fitness content. But then I'm like, do I even want to post fitness content? Like I really only want to share what I want to share and not feel like I have to post fitness stuff. Does that make sense? I don't know. I think sometimes it's kind of the struggle of being a content creator where it's like, I feel like I need to post about everything that I'm doing and it's hard to like keep some things just to myself. And for the longest time, I have really kept like fitness to myself, but I don't know, I feel like I'm at a point where I do kind of want to share some things. Speaking about making friends and stuff, I wanted to tell you guys about my Vegas trip that I haven't really spoken about at all online. I didn't even post about Vegas on Instagram. It's because I had a terrible time. And I just kind of want to talk about it because it's kind of like a lesson learned for me. And I'm gonna take this lesson into the future for sure. Like so much dog fur in my Patrick Ta blush right now. Let me just get that out. Get a fluffy dog, they said. I don't even know where to start with this, but I had a couple people that were like, hey, didn't you go to Vegas? Like, how was it? And I was like, yeah, I never talked about it. Okay, so I had this friend, because we're really not friends anymore. And she was kind of more of an acquaintance at first, and like we had really similar interests. We met at my gym like 2 years ago, but she's quite a bit younger than me. She's 21 years old, I'm 28, okay? And we are very similar people. Like we hit it off really well. We both love music and weightlifting, being creative. We have some like similar traumas. Like we got along pretty well. And we would hang out quite a bit, but looking back, I realized that it was always me who was like, hey, let's go do things, you know, let's hang out, let's go get coffee, do you want to come over? Like it was always me initiating it. But her 21st birthday was coming up and she texted me and she's like, hey, do you want to go to Vegas? And this was like a month after my breakup, and I was just like, yes, like I need, you know, a vacation, a trip to look forward to. I'm trying to say yes to opportunities. Yes, let's go to Vegas. Mind you, neither of us have been to Vegas before, but like my parents have gone a lot, my brother's gone a lot. So like I know people who go and like people I could talk to about, you know, things to go do and shit like that, right? And so leading up to this Vegas trip, her and I would be like having coffee, and I'd be like, hey, like we need to plan what we want to do in Vegas because there are a million different things to do in Vegas. We need to have a plan. You can't just show up and do whatever and like not know your budget and everything, right? And so we spent a few weekends before the trip kind of planning things out. But again, like it was me doing all of the research. Like I'm the one who started the Google Doc, writing down times, dates, and prices, shows to go to, bars we want to check out. And straight up, she was just not helpful in the planning process at all. So I'm doing a lot of research for this trip and stuff, but we never really made any concrete plans. And I wouldn't call myself like, I'm not a type A person, but I'm not really type B. I'm kind of like, I'm type A and B. I like a good plan, but sometimes I can have a little fun if something pops up, right? So we had no concrete plans going into Vegas, and that was, I think, the worst thing you could do going into Vegas. I don't know, like we did do the typical kind of like touristy Vegas things. You know, the first day we walked on the strip a bit, we rode like the New York roller coaster, we saw the Bellagio fountains, we went to Fremont Street, that was cool. We tried to do a karaoke bar one night, but the place just like was not lit at all, so that was pretty boring. But really a lot of the trip was me asking her like, hey, like what do you want to go do? Like we're here for her birthday, and she didn't know what she wanted to do. I feel like I'm complaining too much, but like I did not have a good time in Vegas. And also just like Vegas in general, it's kind of just like gross and icky. It just seems like Vegas in general is just very catered to men. And it was weird, like we didn't see any other girls like us around Vegas or what we were doing, but we also didn't go to clubs because like that's just not our thing. So maybe we didn't do some of the right things there. But I think a lot of it just kind of came down to like the lack of planning, and like she wanted to be spontaneous when we were there, but I'm like, how are you gonna wander around the strip in your high heels trying to be spontaneous? And straight up, I just like didn't really have a good time with her. And that sounds so mean to say, but that's when I say like this trip was really a lesson learned. Like I said yes to this trip because it would be a new place to experience, you know, an activity to go do for fun. It was gonna be her birthday. I thought we were gonna have a great time as friends, and that's just not what it was. So going forward, I know that if I go on a vacation, I need shit freaking planned out, and I need to be like happy and confident with the person that I'm going with, and not just someone that like I'm not super close with, you know? So we were only in Vegas for 2 nights, and I don't think she had a great time either because her and I have not talked since the Vegas trip. It's been like almost 2 months now, and her and I like literally have not said a single word to each other, so I'm kind of like, okay, bye. I sound so mean right now. Like I was just complaining about how I don't have many friends, but I'm also realizing like I need higher quality friendships because again, I was the person in this friendship like trying to make everything happen, trying to make everything work, and there really was not a lot of effort coming from her. So would I go to Vegas again? I don't know. I think I would maybe go with like the right group of people if we had a plan, and that's it. But like I said, I'm just trying to keep myself busy and do some activities. I did go to the Kelsey Ballerini concert with a friend, and that was super fun. And this friend's kind of more like, she was an old high school acquaintance, and we just kind of like randomly reconnected after the breakup because she also loves Taylor Swift like I do, so we like kind of connected over that. And so it's been fun trying to work on that friendship. Her and I are actually checking out this new spa in a few weeks, and I'm very excited for that. I am so excited for like a little spa day. But then I also took myself out on a solo date, and it went so freaking well. Let me tell you all about it. There's this comedian on TikTok who I like. His name is Morgan J. He does like these funny singing auto-tune style videos. He goes up to the audience, he flirts with people, he roasts people. I think he's freaking hilarious. And I want to say it was like a few weeks after the breakup, I saw that Morgan J was coming to Portland, and in the moment I was like, I'm gonna buy a ticket, I'm gonna go by myself, I'm gonna have a good time. Okay, great. And when I would tell people that I'm going alone, people would be like kind of shocked, like, oh, like, why didn't you invite someone, or like try to make things work? And it's like, well, I want to go do this thing, so I'm gonna book it myself and go do it. So this was like 2 or 3 weekends ago now, but you know, I had my plan to get ready. I did my makeup, I filmed even like a little get ready with me, and the event that the show was at has like 3 different bars. One of them is really known for their cheeseburgers, and I love cheeseburgers. So my plan was to get to the place early, you know, sit down, get a drink, get a cheeseburger, kind of check out the whole hall, and then just enjoy the comedy by myself, right? Like I was fully prepared to have a good time alone, and I was in a good mood. So here's what happened. I got there, I ordered my drink, I ordered my cheeseburger, I sit down at the bar, and I can see people walking in. You're like, I'm people watching. I love people watching. And what was cool about this event is that like it was all younger people my age, which like I said, I don't see a lot of people my age nowadays. So like I was just like checking everyone out, you know, just getting the vibe, right? And about 5 minutes after I sit down, these 2 girls that I know really, really well walk in, and I haven't seen them in about 3 years. And so they walk in, and I was like, Kendra? Like, hello? And it was her and her sister, and us 3 bonded really well a couple years ago at a friend's like bachelorette party. So like it was 2 people I really haven't seen in such a long time, but two people that I can click with really well. And so we said hi, they ordered drinks and food, and they sat down with me, and like we had a nice catch up. You know, we haven't seen each other in like 3 years. We checked out the place together, and they had a really cool rooftop bar as well. It was absolutely beautiful. And I just kind of took it as like a really cool, just like universe thing where, you know, I was here at this event fully prepared to be alone. And then not even 5 minutes after getting there, like the universe blesses me with two people that I know well and can have a good time with. Like, how freaking cool was that? It just kind of made me feel like I was at the right spot at the right time, and I had a fantastic night that night. And the comedy was super funny. I was sitting alone though because I bought my ticket by myself, so I was in the back row of the floor on like an aisle seat. And so he did walk by me a few times because, like I said, he comes up to the audience, and so like whenever he'd come by, my heart is just like freaking out. And I wear an Oura ring, and it like tracks your stress levels, right? And so I was looking at my stress levels the next day just during the comedy show, and they were at like the highest point the whole time because like my heart rate was just like freaking out. Like, I would be so nervous if I'd be on the screen in front of everyone. That would have been fun, but it didn't happen. That's okay. But another thing that is currently happening for me right now is that I'm in the process of buying a new car. So I've had my car for 10 years now. It's a little Kia Optima. It's a 2016, and I got it when I was 18 years old. And I've just been feeling like I'm ready for something newer, something bigger with some more space. You know, like if I get a second dog or a bigger dog, I don't know. Or like as my nieces get older, driving my nieces around in my car, it literally makes me like tear up thinking about that because like how freaking cool is that? But anyways, I've been wanting a new car, and I want like a hybrid. My dad and I have been doing a lot of research into that, you know, test driving vehicles. And so I think I'm gonna get the Kia Sportage Hybrid EX. I am learning so much about like cars and trims right now. Like I did not know that was a thing. But I'm really excited to get this new car and just like all the new chapters and new beginnings that it's gonna bring, because like I was cleaning out my old car these past couple days, and I was getting a little bit emotional because, like I said, I've had that car for 10 years. That car lasted me through 2 long relationships. It drove me and my ex to Texas and back in 2021. Like, I've been through a lot of shit with this car, you know? But by getting this new one, it really just feels like I'm kind of closing this chapter and going into the next one. And I'm also just really proud of myself too, because like that's like a big adult purchase, you know, and like this is just the big thing going on in my life right now. I've been thinking about how just like everyone else I see my age, you know, people I follow from high school or just people I met online, you know, everyone else who is 28 years old is either getting married or having their second child or, you know, getting new jobs and all these things. And sometimes it just feels like I'm over here in my own little corner of life, and I just I do things at my own pace, and I'm honestly totally fine with that. I guess what I'm trying to say is like everyone is having those big wins and accomplishments of marriage and kids and careers, and then I'm over here like, I got a new car, yay. But I think that's a big win, right? Really not trying to do a lot of makeup today because I'm actually going to my first book club meeting today. I'm laughing because I'm really not like a book reading book club kind of person. Like, I would love to be one of those reading girlies, and maybe I will be now with my book club, but I'm kind of hoping this just like kind of gets me to do something, meet new people. Again, that's the goal, right? But this should be fun because it's my older sister's book club that she's starting with all of her mom friends, and I think I only know like one of the people out of the 10 or so people going. So today is our very first meetup where I think we're going to discuss like what books do we actually want to read. I just feel like so many people I see online are just big book girlies. Like, people are reading all these books. I know like smut is really popular now. ACOTAR books. I did buy the first book, A Court of Thorn and Roses, and I think I read the first page and I was like, meh. I really have not given it a fair shot yet. But I kind of just need to figure out like when am I going to sit down and read these book club books, because I think my issue is, like I said, I journal every single night for like 30 minutes to an hour, so I might need to cut my journaling time down a little bit to read a book. But I am excited to go out and do something and meet some different people. And honestly, like, I love my sister so much, and all of her friends that I have ever met I also love so much. So I'm sure I'll have a great time, and I think I get to see my girly whirly twirly pops today, so that's always good. Apparently it's like tulip season right now, so later this week, me, my sister, my nieces, and my mom, we're all going to the tulip fields. And Rue, don't forget. So we're gonna have a little girls' day at the tulip fields, and I'm honestly so excited for that. Like, I wanna go full influencer mode. I wanna bring my little tripod, take some cute little videos, some pictures with my girlies, eat some good snacks, spend some time outside. We really have not had like nice weather here in Oregon yet. It's still fake spring right now, but like this coming week, it's supposed to be beautiful, so I'm very excited. But does anyone else get like FOMO when summer comes around and when the sun is out and you feel like you have to be outside doing outside activities just because it's nice out? I am really excited for farmers markets to open. The one that I've gone to here doesn't open until like May. I'm like, that sounds so far away. Like, picture me and Rue just doing a cute little farmer's market date, like going get a coffee, strolling along, looking at everything. Like, that's what I want to do. Question for you guys. Has anyone used the Bumble BFF app and like successfully found a friend or a best friend using that app? I would love to know. So while I am trying to do like more activities and classes and just like getting out of the house, I would like to have like a best friend, and I'm not opposed to trying the apps, you know what I mean? I really just need to meet more people that are close in my area, because a lot of the friends that I do have, like, they're just far away. They're in Portland, they're an hour away, and I need someone that's like within 10 minutes of me, you know? Like, I really just want a girly pop I can call up and be like, hey, let's go to the farmer's market. Great. I do have a best friend that I talk to every single day, but unfortunately she lives in Connecticut. I just really miss like having that like close connection with someone. Again, now being a single person, like I don't have that anymore. So that's why the goal is building friendships right now. I do kind of have some sad news though that I just want to put out there. Most likely 2025 will be the last year of the bright lashes. Oh, that makes me sad to say. And that is really because of the China tariffs that have gone into effect. I do get my lashes from China, and there's just no freaking way that could ever be possible for me to get another order from China with those tariffs. The good news is though, I do have quite a lot of lashes in stock because I did do a pretty big order at the end of December. I have very mixed feelings about it because honestly, over like the last year or two, I have spent a lot less of my time focused on the business. And what it kind of comes down to is like, I started the bright lashes because I wanted good lashes to wear in all of my videos, and I felt like I could never find a brand that had the lashes that I wanted. Like, I have tried so many brands of lashes. At that point when I started the brand in 2020, you know, like a lot of brands had mink lashes. I didn't want to do that. And then any like non-cruelty free faux mink lashes were so just like fake and plasticky looking. And so that's why I looked into doing my own lashes. And I love the lashes that I carry, and like the fact that I was able to start this little business all on my own, I think is really freaking cool. But honestly, like my goal has never been to sell lashes for years and years. I didn't really have like an end goal in sight when I started Bright Lashes. I just wanted to sell my own lashes and have my own little brand that I could share with you guys. And like, I truly love my lashes. But even as like the makeup trends have changed over the past few years, even in my own like makeup routine and my makeup style, even I don't wear my lashes as much as I used to. So I do feel like lashes are kind of slowly dying down, and I know the pendulum like always swings back, but I feel like we've been in this big fake lash trend for a while. You know, people have their strip lashes, doing lash extensions, and I feel like now we're just seeing more of that natural look coming through. So I have seen a lot of lash brands like pivot to doing press-on nails because nails are so freaking huge right now. But really that's not what I want to do. So I don't know, I'm kind of at a weird figuring things out point right now. Honestly, with these tariffs in place, like I don't really see any other direction I could go. And I've just been spending a lot less of my time focused on the business, and like I'm not really putting a lot of effort into it, and like I can see that, and I know that's my bad. I can't be upset about that, but like, is selling lashes something I've always wanted to do forever? No. I think it just kind of might be like the end of an era right now. So I don't know, it's sad to think about, but I'm also so proud of myself for what I did. But the thought of like not having my own lashes anymore to promote, like I don't even know what brand of lashes I would wear. What brand of lashes do you guys wear? What other brands are out there? I don't know. Like I have literally only worn my lashes for these last 5 years, because that's how good I think they are. And like I said, I'm not even really wearing lashes anymore at the same time. So I guess that's my little life update for you guys. I'm really just trying to take things slow and like just take things day by day and not stress about things or overthink about things. And I've kind of just learned to accept like I'm in this transitional phase of life right now. Really trying to figure out who I am, what I want, and like I'm really just trying to listen to my intuition right now and how I feel about certain things, you know, being aware of the universe around me. I I've said this before, but I really think like a little full face of makeup with the hat on is so freaking cute. All right, there is the final makeup look. This is pretty much just my everyday like go-to look when I know I want to wear makeup. But thank you for letting me just sit here and chat with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's very different for me because it feels like I'm just having a one-sided conversation about my life. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.